Hello everybody, my name is Nora, and today on Horrible Gaming we're going to be starting a new series for Animal Crossing players. My goal for this video is to help new Animal Crossing players as well as veteran Animal Crossing players progress a save faster, and also include some tips and tricks that I've learned through my theme building. I have deleted and restarted an Animal Crossing save a bajillion times, so hopefully this video will encourage you if you're someone who doesn't like your current island but wants to restart but doesn't know how to go about it quickly, or you're just a new player who has no idea what Animal Crossing is, or you want to play but don't know where to start. This video in this series will cover all of that. So I am now just going to quickly customize my character. I have no set design that I like. Definitely design your character the way you want it, but I'm just going to throw together my usual look. So when it comes to choosing a hemisphere, I always think about things like this. For example, when I did an island theme for Christmas, I was really bummed out I had to time travel, which means going forward on your Switch clock in settings to a certain date that you would want. I had to time travel for Christmas to be able to have Christmas lights on my trees, but I was really bummed out because in South Hemisphere, December does not have snow. So if you are somebody who would love to enjoy Christmas during actual snowy weather, definitely choose North Hemisphere. If you are someone who doesn't really care about those small little things, then definitely choose the hemisphere that suits you best, but I chose North Hemisphere for my regular gameplay for that reason. However, if you are somebody who really loves cherry blossom season but don't want Easter eggs all over your trees, yes, new players, that is a thing, it happens. Choose South Hemisphere if you are somebody who's gonna want that season. As for choosing your map, this is a personal preference, but if you are somebody who wants my honest advice, because I theme build, I always choose one with my river mouths close to the entry. This just helps me with my theme building, but if you are somebody who wants a different layout, definitely choose that. So the first thing we need to do is go talk to Tom Nook once we arrive on our island. If you don't like your starters, you can always soft reset for them, meaning refresh the game and just redo all the entry stuff with your name and birthday until you get starters that you like. I would recommend an app on mobile called Animal Crossing Life, ACNH Life for short. And it's a free app that you can see all the villagers on there as well as track your progress. So definitely go check that app out because I used to use it when I would play regularly. And being able to see all the villagers really helped me pick out my favorites. One of my biggest advices when it comes to starting your Animal Crossing island is you will eventually want to change things. This is definitely going to happen, trust me. So think about placement for your tents and your houses and your shops, all that stuff, because it'll affect you later with bells. It costs 50,000 bells to move one house. Yes, one house. So if you're a new player, getting bells is really hard in the beginning of the game. So I would suggest placing all of your houses on the beach. That way, when you do have the bells, you don't have to pay twice. Yes, you'll have to pay twice. This is why it's important. You put your tents on the beach and then you can just move them once to the ideal location that you have. This just makes it easier and more budget friendly on the game. Do the same thing with your beginners. So for Cherry and Boots, I'm going to be putting their houses on the beach as well. Now that our tents are on the beach, let's go ahead and progress with Tom Nook the rest of the beginner stuff. He's going to ask you to collect 10 pieces of fruit and also 10 branches. Go ahead and do this at the same time so you're not having to do it at different times. It'll just make it go way quicker, trust me on this. Once we finish collecting these two simple materials, we'll go ahead and give them to Tom Nook and we get to progress and finally name our island. I'm going to name this build Kotobuki after an old Japan build that I never finished, and it's going to be a world Japan theme, I'm thinking, so that is what I'm going to name my island. So go ahead and choose your ideal island name. I recommend choosing a name that is flexible for multiple themes. If you are somebody who gets sick of the same scenery after a while and likes to change things up, think of a name that works for multiple seasons, multiple themes. That way you don't feel tempted to delete your island due to a name. So now we're just going to go ahead and talk to Tom Nook to progress further and go to our tent to sleep. Once we wake up, Tom Nook is going to give us a phone. This phone is super important for gameplay, so if you're a new player, make sure you click the option to learn more about it. The Nook phone has a lot of cool features, including taking photos on the game, but also you can get Nook miles, which is really important for gameplay and progressing the beginner stuff in the story. You're going to need 5,000 miles to be able to pay off your tent and your moving fees. My suggestion to earn these quicker is to go take that DIY shop immediately with Tom Nook in his tent and start fishing. Collect all the fish, collect various items and stuff just to get through the gameplay quicker. Things that you can find on your island to help earn those miles are shells and fruit being sold to the Nooks. So if you collect a certain amount of shells and fruit, that will get you miles eventually. So make sure you're checking your Nook phone miles to see how many more you need until you earn more points. If you are a modder watching this video and curious on how I work quickly, because I am a modder, I normally just hack in my miles that I get. All I usually do to earn these beginner miles, because I'm afraid to mess with NHSE, is by getting the gold tools imported on via poker, dropping them and then picking them up, and then I'll earn all the gold tools rewards on my Nook miles. So as mentioned earlier, fishing is really important to progress the game and not only gets you bells, but it also earns you miles on your phone app. However, donate 5 fish to Tom Nook ASAP. That'll unlock your museum tent with blathers. And if you're a modder, all I usually do is import 5 fish into my poker app, and then I'll just give it to Tom Nook, and then I get that step done really fast. So I definitely recommend, if you mod, to do it that way, just because you won't have any errors with NHSE. Sometimes when you're editing things too soon, it can mess up the save. Once we have given all 5 fish to Tom Nook and placed Blather's tent, I'm going to go ahead and save and then time travel 1 day. I've also want to add, I did pay already off my Nook miles to Tom Nook, but again, as mentioned earlier in this video, start selling items ASAP, pulling the weeds up on your island, fishing, planting flowers, etc. Those will help you earn those Nook miles very quick. Before I time travel, I'm going to show y'all a few things that you can also do to earn extra miles to get that 5,000 mile loan off your back. Keep in mind also, if you catch fish to sell to Timmy in the tent to earn some bells, those are going to be really important later, as well as buying tools if they break. Drawing on the bulletin board, it doesn't matter what it is, will help you earn some extra miles, as well as taking a random photo of yourself. And you can do a design on the Nook phone app. Don't even try putting effort into this. Just draw a dot like I did, and that'll earn you some Nook miles. If you don't want to time travel, you absolutely don't have to. Just wait till tomorrow to finish this tutorial and to progress your island. But I'm going to go ahead and time travel now. As you can see, our communications for online play has finally opened just from updating with Blather's tent. I haven't done my house yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that done so we can continue to progress. So I'll be time traveling another day forward to get this done. For those who don't mod their game, take advantage of communications now being open. Have a friend who has progressed further than you drop you off materials you will need to progress, like woods, stone, iron, clay, and also some bells, etc. This will help you progress faster, and being that communications opens 1 day forward after a new game save, this is just a great time saver and it'll help you progress the game faster. Now, if you are in no rush to progress your game, obviously you can collect these materials naturally in the way that you're supposed to, but if you are somebody who just wants to get this done to be able to enjoy the game the way you want to play it, then definitely have a friend come by. Not to mention, having a friend drop off stuff is really handy when we have to do the 3 starter homes in the game. You're going to need to craft items for them, so if you already have a rough estimate on what these items are, then you can have your friend bring them already crafted for you, so it's just an easy drop off and be done with it kind of a deal. Now, if you are a modder, usually what I just do is I see what items I owe for each lot and I just put them in poker and then progress that way. I get it done roughly in 5 minutes through that option. But if you're not a modder, definitely have a friend come by and bring you materials or the items that you owe. I am now on day 3 of gameplay from via time travel, and we're going to be eventually building our shop. So that's again where having a friend drop off materials comes in handy, because now you can just give those material stacks to Timmy and that job is done. So place your shop ideally somewhere near the beach, that way you can just move it in the future to your ideal location. If you like the stage 1 building styles that we get when we first start a new save, I would definitely avoid donating items to the museum tent, and also avoid buying and selling to Timmy when the shop is done, just because we can keep those stage 1 buildings for aesthetic. You do not have to donate to the museum to progress the beginner stuff, so if you are somebody who really adores that tent like I do, save it for a really cute beach location. Just keep in mind with Blather's tent, you cannot relocate that like you can do with the shop. I learned this the hard way, so I suggest if you're wanting to do like a really cute fish study or something, move his tent to a nice spacious area on the beach or just at the edge of the map. Each day you time travel, don't forget to check the Nook's ATM. This has awesome perks that you get now, like your custom design pro editor, a tools recipe guide, and also several other things like an organization guide to expand your pocket space, hairstyles, hair colors, and more. This will just be awesome to have, so definitely go redeem those before progressing. If you are a modder, all you need to do for this step is just log into JKSV and drag your save onto the PC, and then you can edit the flags from NHSE on there through Edit Player. Once you go into there, you can give yourself all the reactions. You can also give yourself beginner perks like the tool ring, etc. If you are a modder and want to know the numbers for these flags, make sure you join my Discord linked below. We have an exclusive modder chat, and I have all this information pinned in the channel. Once we pay off Timmy his materials he needs for the shop, I'm going to go find a location to place it, and then we're going to time travel one day. Once we time travel and the shop is built, we're going to go inside the shop and talk to Timmy and see how the shop is going. We're also going to notice one of the new Able sisters is going to be in there. This is going to help us produce that clothing shop eventually, so make sure you head in there ASAP once you time travel. Or if you don't time travel, as mentioned earlier in this video, wait one day. So once we finish talking in the shop, we're going to head over to Nook's tent, and he's going to tell us that there's 3 interested parties for the island, and this is where those starter houses, as mentioned earlier, come into play. So definitely make sure you have your materials ready. We're actually nearing the end of this video, and there is going to be a part 2 coming out in a few days on how to progress those starter houses quickly and also unlock KK Slider quickly. You're going to need to unlock KK Slider to be able to terraform and waterscape, so this is ideal for building your island. So make sure you hit that sub button and turn your notifications on. And also let me know in the comments section future videos you would love to see me do. I truly hope that this video series helps those who want to start a new save, just don't know where to begin, or if, like I said earlier, if you're a new player, this kind of gives you an idea on how to progress the beginner stuff quickly. I personally have discovered a lot of tips and tricks through this process, so over the next couple of videos I will definitely be sharing everything that I've learned through this process. If you are a new player and don't really have any online friends yet, definitely join my Discord linked below, as we host treasure islands, and this will help you progress this beginner stuff quickly. Treasure islands basically are an item buffet. You can collect DIYs, materials, items, etc. Super handy for all the beginner stuff, so make sure you're in that Discord linked below to be able to get those perks. Thank you so much to my Discord supporters for making this video possible, and also for all the awesome upgrades I've been able to get through my editing software. It seriously has meant so much to watch my channel grow and all the support y'all have given me, so thanks again for that support. I will see y'all next video. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like this video.